the last Merry Mondays of Ramadan. What time is, y'all? It's Merry Monday. It's me, it's Mean. I'm here to talk to you about today's topic of choice. Ready? So here's a grand idea. Instead of trying to control the person that you're with, you just let them be. What? Letting someone just be? What do you mean? That seems like both extremely rational advice and very difficult to implement in a relationship. Good point. Kind of talking from a real talk perspective here. So nobody wants to admit that they're trying to control the other person, especially because that's inherently oppressive. It's just that a lot of us think that we can create the perfect person that way, right? We'll just tell the person what we like and what we don't like, and then they'll poof, magically appear to be that. When instead you couch what you want to see as changing in the person in front of you as change you want to see in yourself, then that's you becoming the reality you want to see out in the world. And it's not about dictating anything, but about implementing. So when a spouse sees that, all of a sudden it's not something where there's a power play. Someone is trying to control someone else's behavior and talk down to them. And instead, it's people trying to become better together. Then you can gently say to your spouse, hey, well, I've actually implemented this change. Is there something that you can meet me? When you let the other person sort of be, that doesn't just mean be themselves, but also be with you. And being with you, when you show the good behavior, means that some of that naturally will rub off. I think we sometimes forget this because it's hard, right? It's much easier to point out flaws in other people than to see those things in ourselves. Sometimes the things that bother us about other people are actually things that bother us about ourselves. So practically speaking, sometimes people don't like when their spouse spends too much time with their homies, right, with their friends, because they feel like, oh, maybe when they go out with their friends, they like forget about their obligations at home, or when they go out with their friends, they come back, they're like comparing our relationship to others. We're talking about actually implementing the change you want to see. When you go out and spend time with your homies, when you come back, you should make it a point and be like, hey, I wanted to make sure that I didn't, drop the ball on this. I made sure to do this at home, pick up the dry cleaning. I made sure to do the things that we talked about that I needed to do. You should also do like a check-in with your spouse, right? Like before you go out, you should be like, hey, is there anything that you need done in the house? Is there something that you need to get picked up? This is something that both men and women should be practicing to show, hey, I'm actually really concerned. Also, when you come back, you should say, hey, these people were comparing. I thought that was whack. Sometimes people actually do this. You get together and they talk about things they probably shouldn't be sharing. And it could be about material items. It could be about romantic things between two people. And all of a sudden, you're kind of in a world of hurt because you're feeling like, well, I'm missing this and I didn't get to do that, or I didn't go on vacation wherever. Some people want to drag their significant other to every single event that they go to, whether it be a wedding, a sporting event, a baby shower, a dinner of some sort. And the thing is, like, it's so important to listen to your spouse. If they want to go to those events, cool. But let them be off every month. We have really important events like your mom's birthday or like an anniversary party for the parents, or, those are things. Please try to not negotiate those days as off days because it's important for your spouse to be there. But if it's other things that they've been to every other event, like give them some space. I say this a lot, but I really believe it. Freedom breeds lightness. It breeds air in a relationship space, emotional space, to be honest and truthful. And I think that in the end, it gives you a much better long-term success to voluntarily choose to be there. Finally, another little practical example is that a lot of people want to control the way that their spouse treats their parents. I understand because you love your parents and they should be treated beautifully. It's just that a good relationship takes time to build. So this is where your implementation is so important. So if you want your spouse to be calling your parents more often, guess what? You need to be calling their parents more often. If you want them to be kind, considerate, be thoughtful in their gifts or in their interactions, you're on the hook, my friend. Okay, it's not a one-step and you're done solution. This sometimes takes months to build, but I promise you, you will reap the dividends, because not only are you going to get the goodwill of your spouse because you're investing in their parents, but I promise you they're going to return the favor when they see that you are interested in kind. So let each other be with one another, let each other be in some separate space when they need that separate space. Listen to your spouse, figure out what is it that they actually want and what is it that you want from them, because if you want it from yourself first, it'll be much easier.